Leo13 Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Alchemy League Season Forecasting with Cookie Pirate. Today we've got two sets. Both are from Sprint 1, Round 2. First up, we're going to have DjSapsan and Haroooo. And then later on tonight, I believe we have Leo13 and Pl0tterGhost. Let me go ahead and kick off my stream music here. There we go. Alright. So first up, we're gonna do DjSapsan versus Haroooo. In the top half of the board of players in Alchemy League. They're not quite the highest up there, but they're definitely among the higher. Hey, Mighty Space Fruit, welcome. Good to have you here. And so this should be some fairly high-level gameplay that we're going to see from these two players. And let me go ahead and pull up the map draft, Civ draft for you all. First up, the map draft. Alright, so Chandelure Lake is the map of the round, so that will be played first. And then Haroooo bans Denali, Kodiak, Kenai. DjSapsan bans China, Hot Springs, Columbia, and Yukon Gold Rush. And that means Pl0tterGhost is the second map that they'll be playing on tonight. Now, this is kind of interesting because Pl0tterGhost was actually the map of the round for round 1, and this is round 2, and it just so happens that they are playing that map again as kind of the remainder map after the discard. Mighty Space Fruit says, I really like Chandelure Lake, a cool map. Yeah. I would say it is personally my favorite of all 8 maps. And I don't mean this to be biased toward any map maker in general, but just, I don't know, that was one map that I really wanted to have. And Zetnus did a fantastic job with it. I was super happy to see what he was able to do with that, and it's been really competitive. We've had a lot of really exciting games on it, so I'm pretty thrilled that it gets to be a part of this season of League. Alright, that's the map draft, so we know that they're going to be playing on Chandelure Lake and Pl0tterGhost, and if we take a look at the Civ draft, Haroooo bans the Portuguese, the Lithuanians, and the Georgians. And DjSapsan bans the Mongols, the Hindustanis, and the Burmese. Interesting. I haven't really seen any Burmese bans. I'm, of course, not happy to see the Lithuanians get banned. Georgians I can expect to see banned, although I'm surprised the Armenians are also not. Portuguese, probably because of water, would be my guess. Mongols because of Nomad map in Pl0tterGhost. And the Hindustanis is another slightly surprising one, but whatever. Alright, that's what we got. Let's get the first game pulled up. Game 1 on... No, that's not right. Game 1 isn't Pl0tterGhost. Yeah, okay. So, I don't know whether they played out of order, or whether they just labeled 1 and 2 on the files incorrectly. Not a big deal, because they did play the right maps, ultimately. Tell you what, I'm gonna start with Game 2, assuming it's Because it's on Chandelure Lake, so that probably... If I had to take a guess, that would be my first... that would be the first game that they played, and they just labeled it as Game 2 by mistake, but I don't know. I don't know for sure. That's... Alright, got it set up now. Let's go ahead and pull the Capture Age View. There we go. And again, it is the winter version of this map. This is, I believe, the 8th game I've seen on the winter version of this. I've lost count at this point. It's either 7 or 8, somewhere around there. Every single game that we have seen so far has been on the winter version of this map. Alright, we have DjSapsan playing as the Persians up here in yellow, and Haroooo is in blue playing as... Ooh, I like this, the Lions. Alright, here we go. Overview of the map, Chandelure Lake, we've seen it 100 times. Not really, but we've seen it at least 7 or 8 times now. And everybody should be pretty well familiar with the winter version. If you are not, so Chandelure Lake is based on a lake. It's literally called Chandelure Lake. Up just off of the Chandelure River in the Brooks Range, which is the northern mountain range in Alaska before the North Slope tundra. So there are trees, it is forested, it is actually very, very heavy boreal forests, and then mountains rise steeply, the corners. The lake is shaped kind of like a boomerang or an L. On the winter version of the map, it is frozen over, so you cannot build docks, you cannot build ships. You can walk on the ice, and then there are cracks in it where there's a bunch of shorefish, and there's a rule change on the map to where you can build a, excuse me, a mill on the ice, so that you don't have to walk all the way across the lake to be able to carry your fish back to your town center, or at least a mill that is on dry land. So this is really pretty. Mighty Space Fruit says, I have yet to see the summer version except in testing. Yes. Yes. We, nobody here, I think, has seen the summer version. So, unless you tested it, or more like playing single player, or something like that. Oh, take a look, we got an eagle fight. DjSapsan looked like he was trying to chase Haroooo's eagle, and he took a couple hits. Now it looks like they're taking some more jabs. So, anyway, this map is supposed to have, and I checked the script, of course, as part of the process for, I should say, vetting the maps, or just making sure that they meet the league standards. And, it does in fact have a 50% chance of being the summer version, but either something is up, or we're just extremely rare odds that we get the winter version all of these games so far. Take a look at this. DjSapsan has militia and a villager, and Haroooo actually has woodcutters over here. And they're actually behind the lumber camp, so interesting positioning. And that actually helps protect them. But they are working to try to take this lumber camp down. And it looks like it is going to go down here in a bit. This villager needs to be careful, but here comes the Eagle Scout over to harass the militiamen. Uh-oh, now they're attacking the villager, and now they just turn to get back to the lumber camp. I mean, Haroooo has to see this. I'm guessing he just doesn't want to take that fight with the Eagles, but this gets burned down. These two villagers are going to be exposed, and they're going to be dead. DjSapsan's hunter is under attack. Where? I'm guessing a bear somewhere. Hold on. Wait just a second. Oh, no, it's up here. Holy cow. Okay, DjSapsan taking a bear here. That's the first time we've seen the bears over here. They generally are on the ice. And there's a second bear. There's a third bear. That's a wolf. So we have one. 1, 2, oh no, take a look over here. DjSapsan building a house. So trying to trap in. He did lose one of his militias, probably to the, to Haroooo's eagle. And it looks like he's trying to wall himself in over here. But, and he needs to be careful. His eagle is low health, but, oh yeah, he's down. And now they're going to be able to take this militiaman pretty easily. And, yeah, so it looks like Haroooo, he has a little bit of disruption. Oh no, now we'll take a look at this Vil fighting. A lot going on over here so far. Purposely deletes a wall, so it's 2, it's 2 on 4 now, though. Yeah, DjSapsan is not going to win this fight. He's already lost 3 units. And I don't think he really caused... No, he did a bit. 3% idle eco time. Or, yeah, idle eco percentage. So it does look like that DjSapsan did get some disruption, but Haroooo didn't lose a single unit, and DjSapsan has lost 3. No eco kills or deaths from either player so far. There's a bear, they're going to have to be careful of the bear. The second one's here. The third one, and then I'm looking to see, there should be a 4th on the map. Yeah, here it is, I believe. Yeah, because the third one was here, 4th one. So each player basically has 2 bears. Although, they've usually been out on the ice. This is the first time I've seen them actually starting on land. So, kind of interesting. Again, I don't think that was a really successful disruption that DjSapsan caused Haroooo. I mean, he did get some idle eco time and stuff, but I mean, look at DjSapsan as 7.7%, or 7.6 now. And I'm not 100% sure. I mean, he was sending villagers over, he's Vil fighting and stuff like that. Is Palisade... Oh, is he really? He's trying to wall in Haroooo's gold. And... Now here comes an Eagle Scout, gonna kill that villager. Probably. Now keep in mind, Eagle Scouts are stronger than traditional scouts in the Dark Age. They are not as strong as traditional scouts once you hit feudal. But with DjSapsan in the Dark Age, and he only has just over half the food needed to go up, Haroooo is already feudal. Yeah, totally walled in and housed that, but it looks like there is a mining camp that Haroooo is going to set up over here, so he is going to get some gold. Villager got killed. That's the first eco kill of the game. It looked like one of Haroooo's archers. This is extremely aggressive play from DjSapsan, and it just does not seem like it's paying. I just heard a bear huff. Yeah, this is extremely aggressive gameplay from DjSapsan that I'm seeing so far. And so far, it just does not look like it's paid off. Oh, up here. What is it? Oh, an archer on... Oh, it's an archer and then the Eagle Scout over here. Looks like attacking this villager as DjSapsan is trying to wall off up here. He has walled this. Although that almost looks passable. Probably not. It just looks like it. Nothing over here, but you've kind of got to go out of the way, so probably able to shore that up pretty easily over to the ice. But also, okay, DjSapsan is about 15 seconds from hitting feudal. On the winter version of this map, you can just walk across the ice. So you can go over the ice to get to the outer edge of the lake. As we call this the inner edge. This would be the outer edge. You can walk across to get here, and you can just walk around the lake to get to your opponent. Or over the lake, I should say. Haroooo has 2 mills. I personally think these are a little bit close together. I would probably have set one here and maybe one over here. But hey, if you've got the resources, go for it. Your villagers are walking less distance. I would spread them out a little bit. I've seen some players build the mills really close together, and I'm not 100% sure that I agree with that every time. Here's a bear, and it looks like these gold miners had to kill it as they were getting attacked. And Haroooo may have lost a villager to it, actually. Yeah, because he got that one Vil kill, but then he has one, but DjSapsan didn't get credit for it. So yeah, that has to be a bear killing one of the villagers. Now you take a look up here, and Haroooo actually has an archer up at DjSapsan's base, but DjSapsan is on stone, and he also built a watchtower. And there's a gold miner. It's having to walk a fair distance. I don't know if that was intentional. Here's the house from Haroooo. Haroo's got archers up here. And it's gonna try to deny this tower, but nah, this is gonna go up. It's... yeah. So Haroooo pulling his archers back. Another watchtower. Here's another watchtower. So DjSapsan throwing up these watchtowers as a defensive measure behind, but, well, basically immediately behind his walls. Haroooo is clicked up to castle. And we've got what appears to be some aggression up here. There's an archer, and the villager's actually fighting the archer, and the archer's probably about to go down if he doesn't get out of there. It's going to have to skirt a very thin line to get back where he's not in range of something to fire at. I'm kind of curious what he's going to do with that there. Take a look. Here's some more archers, but yeah, he's going to be careful. Here comes up another watchtower. And I'm wondering, DjSapsan's pretty far behind in terms of age progression, but score-wise, he's actually not that far behind. And it looks like he is actually setting up some pretty decent defenses. I think Haroooo just had to pull his... oh, actually, where are they? Oh, they're over here. And he's got 7 archers right there. And he's, DjSapsan's abandoning that building. Oh, yep, one villager goes down, so yeah, he's actually able to get some hits in. So, defenses aren't totally foolproof, but here comes another watchtower that he's trying to set up. And a ton of villagers, and I think this is going to go up, but he has the opportunity to get some kills here. And, Haroooo has just hit crossbowman. He also now has bodkin arrow. Oh, he is. He may actually deny this. Nah, not with these villagers coming over. That's gonna go up, but that's gonna be costly. That's 4 villagers, 5 now, that he's lost. Get out of there. He may lose one here to the fire, but nope, he actually keeps them all. Okay. Quite a bit going on. Yeah. Watchtower hitting that house. Another watchtower actually garrisoned the villagers in it. Yeah. How many towers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 watchtowers from DjSapsan. And attempting to burn a farm. I was actually firing at the town center. Yeah, so he's kind of limited what he can do. Oh, but Haroooo actually has a mangonel, and some more crossbowmen over here. And that watchtower is not, yeah, it's not actually damaging the mangonel fast enough, and he can repair it. Not damaging it fast enough to prevent the watchtower from going down. So this is gonna drop, and then it'll be a cakewalk getting the palisade walls down. And then he's going to be able to start coming in and kind of cleaning up a bit more. DjSapsan does not have a single military unit on the board, but they're actually pretty equal in villagers. We do see him click up to Castle Age. We see fletching coming in, probably to give the towers some additional range. And when he hits Castle, I imagine he'll probably get Vodka Arrow to give the towers some more range. And, I'm almost wondering if we may see an upgrade to guard towers. We don't generally see that happen much, but I can see when you've invested this much into building the towers, guard towers seems like a reasonable upgrade. Especially when your opponent is bringing in early level siege units to try to take these towers down. You can anticipate that more of that will continue, and guard towers will be much more difficult to take down than watchtowers. So I would expect when DjSapsan hits Castle, which is in about 14 seconds, we may see... I'm pretty sure we'll see Bodkin Arrow. Now, Persians do not get Bracer, but Bodkin Arrow will give additional range, and we may see an upgrade to guard towers. We'll see. It looks like this is going to be a siege workshop of his own. And what's going on down here? Oh, these are buildings. Yeah. DjSapsan's initial harassment of Haroooo early in the game. Well, that watchtower goes down. So he's actually cleaning up the watchtowers. Bodkin Arrow to give a little more range. It increases the attack ability of the watchtowers, and then I know DjSapsan's in a tough place. I would really like to see guard towers, but I don't foresee it happening. Haroooo is going on 3 TCs. He's got 2, one here very forward. Second one. This is his starting one. Second one here, third one back here. Right on this gold. That bear is kind of wasting away. These bears have 510 food. And this one's down to 230, and it's wasting away. A little disappointed to see that. And we have we have Mangonel fights, and actually these two took each other out at the same time. DjSapsan has 1 left. And we still have 3, 4, 5 watchtowers, so the only 2 that seemed to go down were this one, and then the one back here. And I do think he tried to build one back here, and it went down, or it may have just never made it, never made it up. DjSapsan says, wow. I don't know what he said wow for, though. I think I missed something. And I would love to rewind. I don't have... oh yeah, Haroooo didn't see what. So we may find out if DjSapsan tells him. Crossbowman, there's a breach in the walls here, so it looks like another Mangonel and a crossbowman. And look at this, here's more eagles. And players start with an eagle scout, but you generally can't build more eagles, but if you're the Mayans or the Aztecs or Incas, you can. Hey, there's a knight that takes down Haroooo's Mangonel. Here's another Mangonel, and one over there. Now these are decently protected. Haroooo using the Eagle Scouts to dive these, and... I know the villager's coming over. He loses both of those, probably to the watchtower fire, in addition to maybe a hit from the villagers or something. Mangonel down. Mangonel firing on the town center. And they're up here, group of crossbowmen. Watchtower here. Oh, No murder holes, though. So that means he is able to just stand right underneath the watchtower and fire at DjSapsan's villagers on this wood line here. And that's going to be fairly costly. DjSapsan has lost 18 eco units. And Haroooo has killed 17. Wait, that doesn't... That might be a friendly fire kill. I'm not sure, because Haroooo, I think, lost... Unless it was DjSapsan. I thought Haroooo lost a villager to a bear. But take a look, though. The mangonel flattens every single one of those. Ouch. But he did get some pretty good hits on the villagers down here, though. Definitely setting DjSapsan back a bit. He only has 35 villagers on the board, compared to 75 for Haroooo. Got the barracks. That's the house coming under fire, the watchtower. Another mangonel actually getting repaired. That's good for Haroooo to pull it back. Ooh, but that took a hard hit. That's a full health mangonel. No longer. And that one missed, and Haroooo got DjSapsan's. Alright. I was gonna say, I like that he's pulling his mangonels back to get repaired. And with that, Haroooo is coming forward with a ton of villagers for a castle drop, and it looked like DjSapsan saw that, tried to put a watchtower up, and the harassment from the crossbowmen made him pull it back a bit. This castle's gonna go up. I mean, the watchtower's gonna go up too, but a castle beats a watchtower any day of the week. Now, Haroooo does need to get his villagers to safety here. He's in range of the... Oh, he calls it right there. He calls the GG. I guess he knew with that castle there's just... He had no ability to come back. Interestingly, DjSapsan had 18 minutes of idle TC time. Haroooo had 13 minutes, but both of them had about 5.7... Yeah, 5.7% idle eco time. 22 or 21 to 1 for eco kills. But their overall kill to death was very close, 34 to 33. Alright, most created unit. Oh, let me give the point on the board to Haroooo. And most created unit on the board, DjSapsan, 5 mangonels. You don't see that very often when your mangonel is your most created unit. And Haroooo, crossbowman, 32. Take a look at the stats real quick here. Military score, Haroooo with 815 to 641 there. Haroooo had a much higher eco score. Technology was also substantially higher. And Haroooo with the 1 castle compared to 0. And that's the final score there. And I mean, if you take a look to the overall kills to losses here, 34 to 34, and I believe that means he took one as a friendly fire kill, probably from a mangonel. Haroooo having 33 to 34. Race to destruction. Haroooo destroyed 10 buildings, didn't lose any. We never saw any monks. Haroooo, hi. Yellow was surprised because he didn't know you could build mills on the ice. In post-game chat, he mentioned it. Oh, yeah. Yep, that is in the component spec. And that was a rule change that Zetnus made. He didn't know I was fishing or that you can fish. I mean, there's fish on the map with breaks in the ice, so that would seem almost intuitive that you'd be able to fish. Now, they're shorefish, you can't build ships, so you'd have to cast net. But that was a rule change that Zetnus implemented based on feedback when the map was in testing, that on the winter version, it would be allowed to build only mills on the ice so that they could harvest the shorefish more efficiently. But yeah, good win there. I appreciate you stopping by. So, yeah, neither player had any conversions. I don't think anybody ever built a monastery. And the army high was 23 compared to 4. And the total number of military units, it looks like, was 53 compared to 12 for DjSapsan. Eco scores, this is where Haroooo really kind of ran away, except for wood and stone, which DjSapsan actually led, but he had almost double the food and almost double and a half the gold collection. I know, no, you know what? I never even noticed this, but there was a monastery built because Haroooo got 2 of the relics. Only collected 128 gold, so it must have been quite late in the game. But neither player ever built any monks. But yes, a monastery was down and 2 relics were collected. And you can see kind of through here, Haroooo up through feudal was pretty much in line. I mean, it flipped a couple times here, and then a little bit ahead. And then by the time early to mid-castle, he started running away as the pressure got ranked up on DjSapsan, and ultimately ended the game in the late castle. Time ups. Haroooo with just under 11 minutes, and then 14.5 for DjSapsan, so that was an over 3.5 minute lead for Haroooo, and then the same thing in castle, 19 minutes and change compared to 28, or 25.08. So 5.5 minutes. Neither player ever went for Imperial that I could see. And exploration, Haroooo explored only 63% of the map, which kind of, for a late game, generally you explore more, but I'm guessing what he didn't do. In fact, we can look, as he probably didn't venture too far out onto the, exactly, yeah, he never really ventured far out onto the ice. I mean, he saw a little bit of this, didn't ever need to check the north side of the map, but also the outer edge of the lake there. And DjSapsan only explored about 30-something%, never even went onto the lake. Other than maybe the very immediate slope, but yeah, I would think you'd still be able to see at least some shore fish. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe he just never really caught on to it. But yeah, fishing's important on this map. So, alright, back to the stats there. Total technologies researched pretty low for both players. As kind of they both seem to be focused on doing their one things. It was DjSapsan trying to throw towers up to defend, and Haroooo, as the Mayans, can expect to go heavy into archers. So no real need to venture outside of that. And then your society scores 82 to 41 for the maximum. Villagers, no fishing ships because it's the winter version of the map. He says when he tested it, he wasn't able to make mills. Yes. Yeah, it did test the older version, and then Zetnus received the feedback that people wished they had the ability to drop off the shorefish, and that's when he added in the mills for the final version there. And the 1 castle compared to 0. And let's go on to game 2. Alright, this is Utqiagvik, made by Leo13. This was the map of the round for round 1. And this is the map left over after the discard. By the way, I was really lucky that I got the winter version. Why so? You're the... Actually, this is funny. You're the first person that has said that you were happy to have the winter version. A lot of people have said they wanted to see the summer version, and I kid you not, that was the 7th or 8th game on the winter version of the map. Have not seen one on the summer version yet, and there's a 50-50 chance. So I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, so Utkiagvik made by Pl0tterGhost. This is the Nomad map representative of the north slope of Alaska, all the tundra, kind of the Arctic coast. I almost had said it would be really funny to have kind of the night background on the winter version, considering the sun doesn't rise for 2 or 2.5 months. Oh, the water version makes it much better for Persians. I enjoy the winter version because it's Pure Land and Socotra style. I enjoy that aggression, yes. Yep. The winter version of the map, I would say, is more aggressive than the summer version. Although the summer version isn't, I'll call it, it isn't safe, so to speak. But yeah, I find the winter version to be very aggressive. Alright, back here to Utkiagvik. This is the winter version of this map. We had 2 games on the summer version yesterday, I believe. And the summer version, the water's thawed, there's not much ice, so you can dock, you can sail around. There are no bears on the map. On the winter version, it is mostly iced over, although there are patches that you can sail through, and there is some navigable ice on the map. There is a lot of non-navigable ice, though, so you're pretty limited as to where you can go. Mostly shore fish. On the summer version, it's mostly deep water fish. In fact, I don't think there's a single... Oh, yes, there is. One right there. And there's one right there. And holy cow, right away, not even 2 minutes in, and we have Vils fighting. Oh, wow. Alright, Haroooo gets a dock up. And DjSapsan trying to build a dock over here. And a couple houses. And I think we're going to see... Now, keep in mind, your navigation is going to be limited on this version of the map, but I think we're going to see some naval aggression on the winter version, which is going to be funny. On the winter version, of course, ice covers most of the ocean, and you get these ice floats, and there are the food bears out here. As for land, which makes up about 65 to 70% of the map, 70, yeah, probably about 70% of the map. It's just open land, typical of Nomad maps. There are a ton of deer. You have a bunch of geese, some berry bushes, few sources of wood. I would say even more so on the winter version. The summer version has some more. But there are no trees, because there are no trees this far north in Alaska. And so what they are these little bushes that are covered in snow. Take a look what the players set up their bases here. Haroooo setting up kind of down toward the southern corner. And that's a pretty decent location. He's got a little bit of gold, little stone, a little more gold. A lot of deer here, a lot of deer there. And some berry bushes not too far away. And a few other berry bushes here and back here. I like this location. DjSapsan setting back up over here. Berries. It does look like he's a little bit out of range of gold. And there's stone on each side, just a little bit out of the town center range there. I would say Haroooo's location for the town center is slightly better. I don't think it's substantial, though. Take a look up here, though. Yeah, both players just setting up their docks, getting some fishing ships. I don't know if their ships can access each other through here. I'm not sure. As a matter of fact. And I hear the bear huff again. Another house getting set up over here for Haroooo, or for DjSapsan rather. And yeah, both players just sailing their fishing ships to collect shorefish. Now, I do want to point out this is pretty inefficient. Villagers. Oh yes, this is passable. Okay. The fishing ships collect shorefish very slowly. The villagers collect it with cast nets much faster. However, with deep water fish, they pull from that much faster. But given I've only seen 2 of them on the map so far, yeah, I think there are only 2. Only 2 groups of deep water fish on the map that I can see. Yeah, and given that fact that almost everything is shorefish, this is going to be a setup and probably just leave it. Food is relatively difficult to come by on this map. There are a ton of huntables. You have the fish, but I shouldn't say food is scarce on the map, but you've got to go out of the way to get it. And if you go into farming, there's not a lot of wood, and you're going to be going all over the map to try to find wood to cut. So farming really isn't a good option on here. Sustained farming, I mean, you can do a few. DjSapsan first to click up, and I should point out that DjSapsan is playing as the Goths, and Haroooo is actually playing as the Persians. As we saw DjSapsan play as the Persians before. Now, other than your 3 discards, it's free pick, no repeat, but that is, you don't play the same civ twice. If you play one civ in game 1, your opponent can play it in game 2, but you yourself cannot. Is the way that I understand it. I think that most players would understand that rule. Some people would argue and say no repeat means nobody can play it, but I think that needs to be explicitly stated, because no repeat just means you don't play the same civ twice in a row. Yep, so Haroooo really taking advantage of the numerous deer around here. It looks like he's actually milling these berry bushes. Yeah, need to take full advantage of all the food that you can. Take a look here, DjSapsan setting up a barracks. Both players have hit feudal age at this point. And here's the militia. And is he gonna lame that deer? Yes, he is. He just lamed the deer. So he is laming Haroooo's deer. And then I imagine he is going... Now he's going to harass the villagers. But these villagers could fight that militia pretty quickly. And they are. But it looks like they're going to get away. And now 5 villagers against 3. I don't think they'll win that fight. They are loomed. And hey, take a look at this. Now we have a fire galley from DjSapsan. So we are going to see a little bit of naval combat here. Yeah, both players have loom. And the fire galley, I predict that we are going to see some fishing ships get taken down. Although he's got a decent setup over here. And another dock further away. And does DjSapsan see that? No, he does not. So Haroooo's gonna get away with it for a little while. But that is 4. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see that. I was gonna say, did one fishing ship maybe go down? But the aggression was actually down here. And, oh yeah, that's costly. So Haroooo losing villagers, looks like they were actually over here, and then the one kind of up that way. But Haroooo has lost 5 villagers, and that was the first kill that he got, and I didn't see it. It may have been a ship up here. There's a lot of combat going on right now. You've got all the ships up here, and then you've got DjSapsan really just cranking out a lot of aggression. This is a very aggressive, this is a greedy tower. I don't think Haroooo can stop it right now, though. You go out of the safety of the town center and you're exposed to these men-at-arms. And that's exactly what's going on with the gold miners. A couple of them getting pulled back, but, yeah, that's not looking too good. A 6. Now that man-at-arms goes down. That one does too. Nope. Yep, now he does. Okay. And that one does too. So DjSapsan basically just threw away his man-at-arms by hanging out in the town center. But here's a watchtower. And DjSapsan palisade walling his watchtower. Okay. Very aggressive maneuvering here. There's a blacksmith. And Haroooo may be in a bit of trouble. Seven eco kills for DjSapsan so far. So this is kind of ending up a little bit of a reverse of the first game. The DjSapsan being very aggressive, but this time, unlike in game 1, this time the aggression is paying off, and Haroooo is majorly disrupted up here. 6% idle eco time compared to 2% for DjSapsan. Really can't do a whole lot. So it's looking kind of messy. Somehow Haroooo has been able to click up to Castle Age. Despite all the setbacks. And DjSapsan has the food, he almost has the gold, but he also only has one of the buildings required to go up. So I'm wondering if Haroooo getting into Castle with a pretty substantial time lead will be able to take that and use it to his advantage to kind of get back on his feet here. He doesn't have a single military unit on the board. Uh-oh. 3 men-at-arms, but a ton of villagers surrounding him, and it looks like these guys are going to go down. One villager goes down, but he actually didn't. He's pulling these 2 back. One at very low health, and the other one at about half health. And they're coming back for more, possibly. Yeah, but Haroooo's going to be quick on that. He's going to fight them and kill them. Especially that one. At only 5 HP. But here comes a spearman. And what's going on? Oh, it's the watchtower. Looks like has a... oh, no. Nope, it's actually just in range of the town center and is able to keep firing arrows at it. However, it's trickling very, very, very slowly. But we have scorpions from Haroooo, but we also have scouts from DjSapsan to try to take the scorpions out. Oh, he got one of them. Another villager down there, though. That's 16 eco kills for DjSapsan, and Haroooo does not have any. Man-at-arms over here just cleaning up the the lumber camp. Man-at-arms goes down, but more villagers drop, so it's 18. And the spearman here, but the scorpion coming up to kind of help fire at the, spearman goes down. Not before Haroooo loses another villager, though. DjSapsan now hitting castle. And we have bloodlines. DjSapsan, welcome, man. I missed it. Well, you caught the very end. So DjSapsan wins, Haroooo calling the GG just 23 minutes in. So that means the set is evened out. And I like to see that. I like seeing the sets go 1-1. And I know a lot of people have been saying, when you have a 1-1, play a third game. Just to make it kind of feel like there's a conclusion to the match, and not just a cliffhanger. So, in this match, DjSapsan played aggressively in both games. It did not pay off in the first game, and he got beat when Haroooo was just able to build up and push. And in this game, DjSapsan's aggression did pay off, and Haroooo was just on the back foot the entire time. And 19 villagers lost, although when you look at the overall kill to death, that means DjSapsan killed 2 military units. And Haroooo did get 16 kills of his own. But the disruption to the eco is substantial. And you can see that reflected with DjSapsan having a minute 25 of idle TC time and 1.4% idle eco. And on the other hand, Haroooo, 3 minutes idle TC and 6%. So this is double, and this is 1, 2, 5. Yeah, over quadruple. So, yeah. DjSapsan says I practiced this map like 5 times. Well, and you also would have played it in round 1. This was the map of the week. And Haroooo earlier in chat had mentioned that on the Chandelure Lake, on the winter version, you did not know that you can actually fish and mill. And yeah, that was a change that Zetnus implemented after testing based on feedback he received. So on the ice in the winter version of that map, you're able to build a mill so that your villagers can go out onto the ice and collect the shorefish from the cracks in the ice and not have to carry it back all the way to the town center, or at least all the way across the ice to dry land. So, but yeah, these are 2 really good maps. These were actually the map contest 2nd and 1st place respectively. This map winning and Chandelure Lake getting 2nd by a very close margin. Both fantastic maps. Let's take a look at the overall stats here real quick. DjSapsan's most created unit was the Men-at-Arms, and Haroooo, his most created unit was actually the Scorpions. Wow, so 2 games in a row where we've seen siege units the most created, by at least one of the players. We talked about that. Let's take a look at the overall stats here. Military score, DjSapsan actually a bit ahead, Eco a bit ahead, Technology a bit ahead. So the score actually doesn't look as far apart as the first game, and I think that's a number of reasons. Number one, this game didn't last as long. And also, DjSapsan got a ton of eco kills, but he lost a lot of units himself, so Haroooo, I think, was able to kind of even out the score a little bit in that regard. And he also did have a pretty good setup on water, so he wasn't completely basically knocked out there at the end by DjSapsan's aggression, but it was enough to be on the back foot the entire time, and yeah, I think he just realized it was going to be too difficult to come back from that, especially when DjSapsan hit castle. Overall kill to death, we talked about that, 21-16, but for Haroooo, all of those losses but 2 were eco units. So fishing ships, villagers, raised to destruction 3-0. No monasteries, I believe, no monks. Army high, eco. You can see, so DjSapsan actually did collect more wood, a little bit, substantially more food, and Haroooo actually got more gold. The game is too short to analyze. Well, I mean, I like looking at stats. So there's all that. Take a look at their uptimes, though. 18-second difference here, but then about a 3.5 minute difference here into Castle. And Haroooo going into Castle quickly, and it wasn't ultimately enough to help him turn the tide, or get back on his feet at least. And you can see that reflected there. No castles from either player. No relics from either player, so no monasteries. And then, yeah, that's overall. And there are your fishing ships there. And it does look like that Haroooo actually was taken off of water at the end of the game. We didn't really see that because we were focused in on land a lot. So, glad to see the set go 1-1. Congrats to both DjSapsan and Haroooo for earning points in the league. And I wish these two players the best of luck in the rest of this season of the league. I'm gonna step away for a quick break. We're gonna get set up with Game 2 here in just a moment. Alright, we are back now. Let's go ahead and get ready for our second set tonight, which is going to be Leo13 versus Pl0tterGhost. If we go ahead and take a look at the players, Civ draft. Or no, let's do the map draft first. So, Channelar Lake is map of the round for round 2. And Dr. Loops, that's Leo. Utqiagvik, Columbia, and Denali were his bands, and then Pl0tterGhost bans Chino Hot Springs, Kodiak, and Kenai, and that leaves Yukon Gold Rush. So what that means is that is going to be, excuse me, the second game of this set, and of course Channelar Lake being the map of the round is the first. Let's take a look at their Civ draft real quick. And Leo, Dr. Luke's bans the Mongols, the Celts, and the Bulgarians. Ooh, interesting choices there. And Pl0tterGhost bans the Italians, the Dravidians, and the Saracens. These are some interesting bans. Definitely some fairly interesting bans there. Alright. Now if we take a look real quick on, just pulling up the Discord. I'm not going to show it on screen, but just get the, okay, yes, so they are in... If you break it up into thirds, they're kind of in the... They're in the lower middle, yeah, kind of middle third there. So these are... I don't have their tournament elos up, I'm not gonna look, but they're around the middle of the range of players in this season of the league. So, and Anuj, I'm so sorry if I pronounced this incorrectly. Anuj Narwhal. I banned those infantry because I had a strat if I got Winter Seed for the map. Okay. Oh, that can make sense. Welcome, by the way. I'm glad to have you. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull Capture Age up. This is going to be game 1. And, Leo. Okay, hey, Leo. Welcome. And, holy cow, it's the summer version of this map. This is... I've lost track. This is either the 8th or the 9th game that we've cast on this map, and this is the first time we've seen this summer version. Oh, man. I'm actually super happy to see it. Winter version is really cool, really creative, but I think people were starting to get tired of the winter version. And, Haroooo earlier was glad to see the winter version, but most people that I've heard from have said that they want to see the summer version of the map. And so finally we get it. Oh yeah, Leo says, yeah, my whole pick was based on winter version, my strat was ruined. Yeah, you know, when people go for that, and that's the tricky thing about these maps, where you have substantial game changes to how it plays when you have a seasonal change. Is you kind of expect one, and then you get the other, or do you strike a balance thinking you're gonna get one, or do you try to even it out and prepare for all circumstances? DjSapsan, you so lucky. Well, apparently not, because the strategy was based on a winter map. Japanese are OP with fish, yes. Yeah, so that is the advantage of the summer. Real quick, I'll talk about that, but real quick, I want to get the game rolling here. So we have Pl0tterGhost in blue, playing as the Persians, and we have Leo in red down here as the Japanese. Summer version of the map. We haven't seen it before, unless you've tested it or evaluated it. Oh, come on. Or something like that. So, yeah, summer version. The lake is not frozen. Obviously, Chandeleur Lake actually gets fairly warm in the summer. Temperatures do often reach 15 to 20 degrees Celsius in the summertime, so it actually is fairly warm. Although it gets bitter cold in the winter. So, summer version of the map. Of course, the lake is not frozen. That means there are a lot of fish, and they are not shore fish, although there are some shore fish in the shallow water. There are a lot of deep water fish. The other thing is, you can dock Of course, you're going to use fishing ships, so we'll probably see some naval combat given that you can dock. And fishing is going to be a strategy for players to develop ecos, and opponents are probably going to want to disrupt that. This is a really good hybrid map, in the summer version particularly. It's not really a hybrid map in the winter because you can't sail on the ice. But in the summer, this is a really nice hybrid map. You have a substantial amount of water that you have to deal with, but you have a lot of land. And just like in the winter versions, the players are placed kind of at the ends of the lake, and they are relatively close together, and that means that there are a lot of opportunities for early aggression. However, you can, excuse me, you can do some walling to kind of help that. DjSapsan says that forest is frown face. I'm not sure. Oh! I see it. I see it. Yeah. Alright, Leo says, not against Persians. I wanted fast infantry on the land mixed with archers. And yeah, that is a strategy that you want, the winter version for. So, up here, Pl0tterGhost is setting up a dock here on the water, and we're gonna see, looks like villagers casting some nets for shorefish. I'm sure we'll see some fishing ships to get out into the deeper water. And Leo is on water as well. Or at least, I mean, he has a dock, and he has a villager casting nets. Now, the other thing, we actually did see this in the winter version of the map, in the first set today. But obviously, in the summer version, you are not going to find bears on the lake. They are all going to be inland. You have your first one here. Nope, here it is, behind the tree. And then your second one further inland. So, up here, I expect that we would see one, and actually, Pl0tterGhost has already hunted his. One there, and the second one a little further inland. In most cases, on the winter version, the bears are actually out on the ice. But we actually did see them kind of positioned similar to how they are right now. But on the summer version, obviously, your bears are going to be on the land all the time. What else? I mean, honestly, I think the summer version is a little more straightforward in terms of how the map plays. Obviously, the rule change about building a mill on the ice is completely inapplicable, so everything is pretty standard in terms of game rules, mechanics. It's just a really nice hybrid map, and I really like the shading of the water on the lake. Kind of the transition from, I believe, azure to shallow to medium to deep ocean, I believe it is. Oh, Ronald Rage, welcome, man. Glad to have you. So, Japanese have an advantage when it comes to fishing. They have good infantry. The Persians, we're gonna see. We're gonna see infantry, archers, from the Persians, maybe we're gonna see some camels, elephants, perhaps. Yes, well, the summer version exists. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. The rule about the mill is on the winter version of the map, you are allowed to construct mills on ice. And the reason for that is because of the cracks in the ice where all the shorefish are. That way your villagers can go out and collect with cast nets and have a drop-off point that you don't have to walk all the way back to your town center, or at least back to the coast, the shore of the lake, to be able to drop them off. And those are the only buildings that you're allowed to construct on the ice. In the summer version, obviously, that is not applicable. So, both players look like they're investing into fishing, although so far it looks like Leo is more so. Pl0tterGhost is the first to hit Feudal Age. And Leo is about a minute behind into that age. He's going up on 30 pop. And then Pl0tterGhost went up on 26. And we have walls. So palisade wall in the house to kind of protect this. And this is smart. This is smart. And you've got a second option where you want to wall. You can actually wall off to the water here. Or you can go up that way and wall off there. Got a couple different possibilities. And Leo is building a barracks and an archery range now that he has hit feudal as well. And I was kind of baffled the first time I saw it, but Japanese on this map, we have seen cav archers at least twice, maybe 3 times. So Japanese cav archers are a possibility here. I don't think we would see regular archers, although Leo did say, not against the Persians. I wanted fast infantry on the land mixed with archers, and yeah, the Persians are going to counter that. But we'll see what happens here. Number of things that are possible. We have scouts from Pl0tterGhost. And fishing ship is under attack. That means we have naval combat. Fire galley. Nice little walls, yes, I agree. I think it is a good move for Leo to wall that off. Especially given how aggressive this map is. This is a good measure of defense, at least for a start. It gives Leo a little bit of peace of mind that he has some time to build up. Now, of course, because these are not stone walls, they're not going to be too difficult to get through. But at least they do give you at least kind of it's like an early warning system. You build palisade walls, your opponent attacks them, you get a heads up that they're coming. So it gives you a little bit of time to prepare. And, yep, that house is almost going down, so we see Leo dropping a couple more houses over here to shore that up. And really trying to keep Pl0tterGhost out. Meanwhile, though, up here we have spearmen and an archer. And yep, he is actually in and harassing Pl0tterGhost. So we'll take a look over there. And see Pl0tterGhost pulling his villagers back. And that's a bit of a setback. It looks like he's taken off of wood. At least for the short time. Yeah, they're all surrounding these straggler trees. And a garrison, but these are outside of the range. And he dismisses him, and it looks like he's going back over to this side. The trees are a little thinner over here, though. Yeah, they definitely are. This generation of the map actually seems to have somewhat thinner trees than previous. Now, the configuration of the lake is random. And, that's not good. Pl0tterGhost lost his first villager, and is about to lose his second, and there he goes. And he might get a couple others there, so, Leo being pretty disruptive over here. He takes Pl0tterGhost off of wood over here, and he goes back over here, and he starts kind of wreaking havoc over here. Spearman, or was that an archer? Or was it a skirmisher? Goes down. May have been a skirmisher, that's what it looks like, because I see the shield there. Oh! The game is not over. Water dropped here, so we couldn't run vills, yeah. The game is not over. There is a part 2 to the first game. So let's go ahead and load that up. Let me make sure. Yes. It should be this one here. Unfortunately, the stats are going to be a little bit skewed. But yeah, so we... Okay, so we leave off a little bit. And there's the aggression there. We're at about the 18-minute mark. Oh, and I actually didn't see the bear chase those. Alright. Oh, that's half speed. Whoops. Okay, there we go. And did I go too far back? Or too far forward? Yeah, I might have, actually. Tell you what, let's reload that. Because I have a feeling something happened that we need to see. I knew I was taking a little bit of a risk there. Alright, so we did see this. He moves back onto the wood line. And he actually kills the eagle, and there's the spearman. Oh, and you know what? I wonder if it actually... I wonder, maybe did it play out a little bit differently because they started from a little bit further back than when it dropped. So maybe it has just played a little differently. But here we have Pl0tterGhost clicking up to Castle. And Leo clicks up to Castle there. And that is about a minute heads up time for Pl0tterGhost. And, oh yeah, okay, so the bear attacks the spearmen. The spearmen were up here and killed villagers. And that isn't happening. So, one of those cases, that is a big break for Pl0tterGhost. And all three of Leo's spearmen drop there. Wow. That is a huge break for Pl0tterGhost. That the game dropped when it did. Take a look up here though. It looks like Pl0tterGhost has lost some fishing ships, as Leo has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fire galleys up here burning the docks. You don't see this on the winter version. And it looks like Leo's setting up a third dock down here. And I think I heard... Is it the possibility of a bear attack? 1. Where's the bear? Oh, over here. So, Leo really hasn't gone anywhere near the bears. Hasn't had to deal with them. There's one. And I'm not seeing the second one. I'm guessing. Pl0tterGhost hunted it. But I don't see it. Here comes Bodcanero for Leo. Both players are in a castle at this point. And yeah, Pl0tterGhost trying to get in. Leo double, in some cases it looks like triple walling. Palisade wall is... Pl0tterGhost Hunter is under attack. Where? Oh, here, okay. Yeah, so he goes over for the bear here. I don't know what happened. I'm guessing he did hunt that first bear. I'm not seeing it anywhere. But, what is Leo doing? That's a lot of villagers coming over on gold, and looks like he's sending some more over on wood. And I hear siege, and I hear other stuff. We have heavy cav and a mangonel, and then over here We have a battering ram trying to take these walls down, and now it looks like going for the market. And a mangonel trying to take out the battering ram. And it succeeds. And yes, Japanese cav archers. Again. So we've seen that a lot on this map. And looks like a pretty good option. At first, the first time I saw it, I was like, what? Wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, well, maybe it does make sense. I don't know. But not versus Persians. Maybe not. We'll find out. Who gets a Vil kill? Gets another one. Now he's got to deal with the Scorpions, though. And cav archers are not going to be able to take those Scorpions out quickly. And the Scorpions are a good option against. And here come some Knights. Oh, he's back here on these villagers, though. So he's gonna get, looks like at least 2. Oh, the Scorpion just took out a couple of those. Another one goes down, another goes down. Yeah. And then basically just stuck at the coast. He draws them into the fire galley fire. And he takes down at least one. But yeah, I mean that cost Leo a lot of cav archers. I would not argue that that was very well worth it. And that building goes down. It was the market. Here is a blacksmith. But Leo actually putting stone walls behind the failed palisade walls and the market that got destroyed. So he's safe over here for now. I think he's very well protected over here. And yeah, yep, quasi-walled over here with the barracks, the archery range, and the palisade gate. And then the houses, some more palisade walls. So Leo is actually pretty well protected. Now, we've talked about on the winter version of this map how when it's frozen over, you can get to your opponent easily by just going across the ice. On the summer version, I think walling is really effective, and here's why. Because your opponent has to break through the walls to get to you, or go all the way around the outer edge of the lake. And you can actually see oh yeah, you can see Pl0tterGhost doing that right now. He's got these scouts that are having to walk around the entire perimeter of the lake. Outer perimeter. If we call this the inner. He's having to go the entire way around the lake to be able to get to Leo. However, I think this may catch him by surprise. And that could be to Pl0tterGhost's advantage. It was worth it because while he was focusing on the Scorpions, I killed 3 mangonels with 1. Okay, that's fair. Yeah. That's valid. Anyway. Yeah, so Pl0tterGhost having to take his units all the way around the lake. But he's in. I don't like this. I do not like this. They run forward and they're going for the mill. It's going to take them a while to destroy a mill. And all that is going to do is alert Leo that Pl0tterGhost has snuck around the lake and made it into his base. All that effort for that, it just doesn't make sense to me. Well, the other option on the summer version too is if you have docks on water, which it looks like Pl0tterGhost has lost both of his docks, would be to set up and take transport ships, which actually could even be more sneaky, but it depends on what is going on. We're missing the action. Well, you've got that up there, but you also have the cav archers up here coming back in. hasn't really had much happen at the moment. Leo did get in, and he needs to be careful here. He's actually either has or is about to overchop. But right here, we actually have him breaking through the walls and setting up a very aggressive castle. And here's a mangonel. Ooh. And Leo has knights to snipe the mangonel, and he does. But, Pl0tterGhost knights actually come in to deal with Leo's knights, but that castle goes up, and that's gonna put a hamper on Leo, or on Pl0tterGhost there. Why Pl0tter makes skirms as Persians versus Japanese cav archers? I don't know. Pl0tterGhost calls the GG there, so Leo gets the win. Yeah, so Leo took Pl0tterGhost off of water. Pl0tterGhost actually takes 3 light cav and sends them around the lake. And you could have he could have dived, you know, a group of villagers over here and caused some disruption. Now, you could make the argument that Leo already had this game won. I don't think so. He was definitely ahead, but I think if Pl0tterGhost had been able to cause enough of a distraction, that may have focused Leo's attention, because you can see he was really focused on securing his you know, his side of the map. And you can tell by how elaborately he walled off here, he walled off here, he walled off here, and built more walls as the stone walls were in place, and he heavily walled over here. So, if Pl0tterGhost had come in and tried to go for villagers, I think that might have caught Leo by surprise, and maybe caused him to divert his attention back to securing his base, and bought Pl0tterGhost some time. Instead, they run all the way around the outside of the lake just to come in and attack a mill. So I'm going to be a little bit critical of that. It'd be different if this was the winter version and they simply ran across the ice. And then we have this right here. Pretty aggressive castle. And for a moment, it looked like Pl0tterGhost was going to be able to stop it. But he did not. And why did Pl0tterGhost make skirmishers against the cav archers? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, skirmishers are a natural counter to cav archers, but yeah, I agree. As Persians, you've got a ton of different options that you can utilize that have an advantage over skirmishers. Now, maybe it was a little more efficient because it didn't look like Pl0tterGhost had too much gold. I mean, he had 700 in the bank when he called the GG. Leo says they are pretty low HP scouts though, can't achieve much. Yeah, with only 3 of them. Had he upgraded to light cav? Yeah, and honestly, he didn't even have forging, although we did have chain barding armor. So we did get the defensive upgrades. But, not the attack upgrades. And you take a look over here. 13 eco kills for Leo compared to 5 for Pl0tterGhost. And then it looks like Leo lost 2. I'm guessing maybe to one of the bears? Or friendly fire? No, these were eco units. No, they were not. No, these were military units that he lost. They had to be to friendly fire. So, I can't explain otherwise. And then, we talked a little bit about that, but Leo taking complete water superiority, kicking Pl0tterGhost off water, and being able to fish. Yeah, and actually we're starting to look like they were running low on fish. Not low per se, but you can definitely tell there are a lot less than when the match started, especially on this side here on Leo's side of the map there. Take a look at the stats real quick here. We have 8 most created units, 8 knights for Pl0tterGhost compared to 34 cav archers for Leo. Idle TC and eco time, Pl0tterGhost 8.5 minutes, 9.4%. That's a pretty high number. Leo 5 minutes idle TC time, and he was 3 TC, and Pl0tterGhost was as well, and 2.3% idle eco. Overall here, the military scores were actually not that far off. Eco was very close. Technology was close as well. So, the score difference was not much. But I think with the castle going up, Pl0tterr not being able to stop it, there wasn't much he was going to be able to do. And call the GG at that point. Military, yeah, about a 1.38. Yeah, 40 to 29. Race to Destruction was a 2-to-1, really 4-to-2. Pl0tterGhost getting 1 conversion. And then his army high was 16 compared to 26 for Leo. Eco. Considerably more wood collected for Leo. A little bit more food, a fair bit more gold, and he's the only one that took stone. And the feudal times are not there because of the game crashed. And you know what? These stats, I forgot the stats are a little bit skewed because the game broke. I mean, the stuff that ends should be pretty accurate, but what happened before isn't counted, so some of these, like, count and stuff won't. But the castle time is accurate. About a minute difference there. Similar amounts of exploration. Technology, Leo getting a little bit more. Villager highs, fishing ship highs, and Leo had the 1 castle. Okay. Well, let's go and take a look at Game 2. That is on Yukon Gold Rush. And this map was made by DjSapsan. And Yukon Gold Rush is basically relatively flat forested land with the Yukon River, which has a ton of gold piles. The river is shallow, so you can walk across it. Oh man. This is interesting. This is really interesting on this map, and I'm going to point this out in just a moment here. Ton of gold within the river that you can mine. And I was about to say both players start with mining camps, but in this case, neither of them start with mining camps because they are both playing as the Georgians. We have a mirror matchup, Georgians on this map, and that's interesting. Leo in red, again, down here on the southern half, and Pl0tterGhost in blue on the northern half. Let's get the game rolling here. Now, traditionally, you would start with your town center and your 3 villagers, and then you additionally start with a mining camp and 3 villagers on the river, basically on the river's edge. However, because these players are playing as the Georgians, and also would be the case if you had an Armenians player, they don't get a mining camp. Instead, they basically start with a mule cart, which actually defeats the intent of the map starting with the gold mine, where players would immediately begin to... Well, I mean, they haven't really been doing this anyway, but the idea with the mining camp was because it's a gold rush, you have villagers that can start mining gold right away. However, in most cases, what they do is they forget the mining camp and they either build a dock or they just pull the extra villagers back to home. And that is what it looks like Pl0tterGhost has done, is because these players get mule carts as the Georgians, they just take the mule carts, bring them back to the wood line. They say, we don't need gold this early in the game. And so that is an advantage of having the Georgians on this map. And also would be for the Armenians. Now, your scout Most maps you start with the Eagle Scout. You don't on this map. Instead, you just get a standard horse. And that is because the villagers starting by the river don't have a building that they could garrison in for safety in case of a scout raid, and to mitigate the ability to lame villagers so early on, you just replace the Eagle Scout with a horse that can't attack. Well, it looks like Leo has done the same thing, taking his mule cart and pulling it back. And he's harvesting deer, building a mill on the berries here. I don't see him going for wood yet. Interesting. And Pl0tterGhost is hunting, but he's got some on wood. Oh no, you know what? These guys are hunting too. I see them down here. These guys are hunting, so Leo's not taking any wood yet. Kind of interesting. Anyway, traditionally what we've seen players do on this map is instead of the gold mines, they drop a dock. No need to go for wood until after you click up with 2 mule carts on this map. Interesting. And there it is, Leo clicks up. Guessing because you can just walk across the river. The 150 wood you start with can be put in the mill straight away. And you know, that's kind of interesting because what I've seen a lot of players, actually most players on this map do, is they take their 3 villagers that start at the riverbank and they build a dock so that they can start fishing. And we've seen naval combat a couple times on the river. Although the last game that we saw on this map, we didn't see really any naval action. And it was just absolutely chaotic on land. Just units just running across the river. We've got Pl0tterGhost going for loom. Did Leo get loom? No, he did not yet. Here we have Pl0tterGhost gets loom and then he clicks up. And that is an early uptime, up in 7 minutes, and I believe that was 37 seconds. Okay, now he's getting loom. And looks like Pl0tterGhost is going to hit the feudal just after 9 minutes. So he's got just under a minute to go. He's taking wood there. Yes, and now Leo is taking wood, and he's walling this off. Interesting. Now, the trees are relatively dense on this map compared to most others in the Alaska map pack. I wonder, yep, he's going to go up here. He's probably going to wall, if I had to take a guess. Probably wall to here. And it looks like he's done a building wall. He's got a barracks and a stable. And it looks like it's going to be a trickle of light cav. We may see a transition into heavy cav. As Georgians, we will probably see that from both players. Yeah, because here is a stable and a barracks from Pl0tterGhost. Pl0tterGhost walling in a little bit quicker, but nope. There is a gap, and it looks like Leo's going to get a scout in and over, and he actually goes for the wood line. And Pl0tterGhost is well protected with 2 spearmen over here to scare that scout off. And so the scouts stop back over here. And they try to make another move, and the spearman chases them off. So they're going back this way. Then there's another spearman, so they're like, where are we gonna go? Get out of here. Not into the spearman. Yep, so they're gonna get away. Although that one has dropped down to about half health. And the spearmen actually chasing him. Now they can surround and, excuse me, and can deal with one. But the spearmen pull back, and Leo not taking more chances right now, it looks like, so he's just gonna go in. Bring him back here. He's actually gonna go around. You could dive that, but that would be costly. Nope. Nope, Pl0tterGhost is walling it off. And he could still get in over here. And that's what it looks like happens, but Pl0tterGhost has garrisoned, and no, don't stay in there too long. Oh, he gets him out. He's lucky to not have lost anything there. One very low HP. Yep, first unit killed in the game right there. And he's got a couple others that are relatively low. Well, no, one at about a third, one at about half. DjSapsan, welcome. One of these scouts is not like the others. Yes. One of them forgot his saddle and his rider. Oh, man. Oh, what is up with this? Come on. There we go. Alright, take a look down here. It actually looks like... Yeah, well, Pl0tterGhost, his horse scout, is just hanging out down here. Either he's forgotten about it or he's trying to keep tabs on what's going on. But he would see that, Leo has walled, and I would just take that and start running. Oh, he walled very forward. He actually walled at the river's edge. Interesting choice. And he's walled off, excuse me, over here. You get 3 piles of gold, but once you run out of gold here, there's very little, if any, outside here. Pretty much none. So you'll actually have to go to the river to collect gold or get the relics, and you'll have to get out of this area to get the relics. So, I'm kind of wondering what we're going to see there. Now, as Georgians, yeah, you start with light cav, and I think you could transition into heavy cav, and I'd like to see some Manaspas, or Manaspas, or however you pronounce them. Georgian is a unique language. And, It's non-Indo-European, so it's a Caucasian language, and it has a really unique script. Yeah, DjSapsan says 3 piles of gold per player plus all the gold in the river. Yeah, I figured as much. Oh, and look at this. Leo with the scouts out here. No Vil kills. Although one did sustain a considerable amount of injury, but they're putting him to work right away. Looks like there was a quick pause there. Oh, get back to work. It's nothing serious. Just a couple bumps and bruises. But yeah, the spearmen actually come back over. And a couple spearmen trying to chase him off, take a hit. But, nobody going down over there. So both players have killed one unit and lost one. Both players are on their way up to castle. It looks like Leo is going to hit castle about 15 seconds ahead of Pl0tterGhost. And the scout's coming all the way along the edge of the map to try to get back, probably to these stone miners. And Pl0tterGhost is prepared. He's got the spearmen running. And they kind of do a quick switch back. Yep, both players have hit castle. And this is what happens when I do all this casting. I'm starting to lose my voice again. Ah, man. I had to take a gulp of water there. Yeah, so we have another town center going up for Leo right back here, and yes, we have fortified church. And a monk. So are we gonna see a move for the relics? I'm wondering. Where are the relics? Let's take a look real quick. There's one. There's two. 3. 4. And the 5th one is actually right here near the riverbank, so it's on Leo's side of the river, but it's actually a pretty equal distance between the players, so that's a pretty fair relic placement. Alright, look at this. There's a castle going up, and it's Pl0tterGhost setting up a castle over here to try to kind of bring his defenses out a little bit and secure the stone right here. We have more monks coming from Leo. And Leo playing very clean so far. Only 30 seconds. Nope, sorry. 13 seconds of idle TC time. Pl0tterGhost has a minute and change. Well, it's starting to go up, but he's also on 3 TCs. 1, 2, 3. Still impressive, and only about 1% of idle eco time, and Pl0tterGhost has 2%. Fortified church, and monks are being created. The question is, where are the monks going? Out up here, and we have pikemen. Now, I'm wondering what he's doing with his monks. Oh, take a look over here, though. Pl0tterGhost has some knights and is trying to break down the house, and so Leo is throwing a house up real quick, and another one over here, and he pulls back, and we have heavy cav, and we have a few Manaspas. Yes! And there's a monk. There's a monk, and he's gonna go down pretty fast. And he does. He did get a conversion, though. And he gets that Manaspa. What do we have here? Scout cav. And the players are not too far apart in score. It looks like a difference of about 400 right now. And yeah, heavy cav, Manaspas. Nope, don't go in here. Go in there. Although no, Leo's already was to the fact and sets another house down over there. Pikemen moving forward, monks coming forward, probably to try to get some conversions on the knights. And Pl0tterGhost moves to the back, and yeah, he's wobbed that up some more. Looks like he's walling this up some more as well. Yeah. Can't really do anything over there. So Pl0tterGhost pulling back. Watch out for the bear. Although these guys can take a bear. It did not notice these units, so no consequence of it. And I hear... thought I heard siege. Oh, that looks cool. I give a little bit of credit for just how cool this looks. Got a scout cav and a Monaspa, bunch of pikemen, and then the 2 monks following behind. And they are going to cross the river. Oh, but take a look over here. A Pl0tterGhost coming back with some more knights and Monaspas. Now, Monaspas get stronger when they are in groups with other ones, and I don't remember off the top of my head, but I believe the bonus comes into effect if they are teamed up with just regular heavy cav as well. I don't think they're affected by light cav. I could be wrong on that. I do know Monaspas around each other give each other a strength bonus. Now take a look here. Leo moving forward. There's a fortified church in addition to this castle right here. And the pikeman going in to harass these villagers, but he doesn't get any. Although Leo did get 1 Vil kill. I didn't see where it happened. I'm guessing over here. Maybe at the gold mine? Oh, but Pl0tterGhost going for... Oh no, he doesn't hang around. Okay. I was gonna say, he's going for the relics, or at least bringing 1 back. And then the Monaspa came up and looked like he took a whack at him, and then decided to run off, probably because of the castle arrow fire. Jasuni says the bonus counts Monaspas and knights. Okay, so that is what I thought. Does not count light cav. Okay. Alright, they're pulling back here. See what's going on up here. So we see more walls from Pl0tterGhost up here. He's walled off here. But there's a breach, and yeah, Leo has some pikemen in place. And hold on a second. Did he get a conversion on a spearman? Because there's a spearman in addition to the pikeman. And Leo clicking up. Actually, both players have clicked up to Imperial Age. Both have 2 minutes to go. And it looks like Pl0tterGhost is going to be about 15 seconds behind to hit Imperial. Husbandry, scale barding armor, iron casting. Over here, Pl0tterGhost only has forging and scale barding armor. Leo has chainmail armor, probably for his pikemen. And bloodlines. Pl0tterGhost already has bloodlines. What's going on here? Pl0tterGhost. Oh, he took the building down, but wow. Wow, Leo got some stone walls up just in time. Wow. Now they're going to try to take this down. I'm guessing this, yeah, it's a barracks. Here's the university. And there is a stone gate. And it looks like Leo is trying a fairly aggressive castle. This isn't ultra aggressive, but it is on Pl0tterGhost's side of the map, per se. And yeah, he's able to fight back the defending force. And that castle goes up, and now he's trying another one. This is more aggressive, in my opinion. But I think he's gonna... Nope! Uh-oh, take a look at this here. Pikemen are in place, but there's a lot of knights and Monaspas to, Yeah, no, I think that one's gonna go up. He's pulling back. Yeah, that's just too many pikemen to deal with. Oh, but they're actually taking them. He's got enough to surround. Oh, but that upgrade to halberdiers, that is bad news. Bad news for Pl0tterGhost. Because now he can't fight them like he was going to. Is he moving in to try that now? I don't know. No. Yeah, no, that was a bad idea. That was a bad idea. These trebs are gonna go down. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. The two villagers are actually keeping it sustained while the halberdiers are trying to take it down. And both players Imperial. That means Pl0tterGhost is able to set up a lot of trebuchets to take these immediate castles down. But with Leo's trebuchets of his own, it's a matter of time. And is Leo going for the castle? He is. Castle goes down. This castle, I have a feeling, will go down too. And now I think we're going to see a Treb the Treb. And that is what we're seeing. Treb the Trebs. One goes down, now it's 3v3. Actually, no, here comes a fourth. There's a monk trying to get a conversion. And... nope. Halberdiers clean these up pretty easily. And the Manasmas and the Knights moving in to try to dive the Trebs. Halberdiers chase him off, and then they surround him, and Pl0tterGhost is really losing a considerable number of heavy cav units that he can't really afford to lose. Leo pretty well secured down over here. Now these halberdiers are diving these trebs. At least one or two over here. He gets two pulled back to safety, and the castle fire takes out a light cav and a two halberdiers. We see an upgrade to Hussar, and he's getting plate guarding armor. Meanwhile, Leo going into, or I'm sorry, Pl0tterGhost going into elite skirmishers to deal with the halberdiers. He does have Bodkin Arrow. This is interesting. Treb's set up trying to take this castle down, and Pl0tterGhost working to repair it to keep it up, and it's taking a lot of damage though. This may be tough. And Leo coming over to set up another castle in place of the two that got taken down. Halberdier cleaning up more of these, and skirmishers will help against the halberdiers. But I'd like to see more siege. Pl0tterGhost calls the GG though, and yeah. So Leo takes the set 2-0. He takes it 2-0. What is this? Now, we are going to set something else up. There we go. Okay. I actually don't know if that music played. Anyway. Most created unit, Pl0tterGhost, 41 Manaspas, and he lost a lot of them to these halberdiers. And speaking of halberdiers, that was Leo's most created unit, 79 of them. Take a look over down here. 17 minutes idle TC to 22 for Leo. And idle eco, however, Pl0tterGhost had about double that at about 6.5% compared to about 3.3 for Leo. Hold on. Let me see here. Eco kills to death. Leo killed 14, and Pl0tterGhost lost 14. But this is Pl0tterGhost killed 3, yet Leo lost 13. Was that to... I don't think that would have been a friendly fire. Although it could have. But no, given that those were ego units, my guess was the bears. Oh, you know what? That's exactly what happened, at least to some degree. You can see them. There's the bear, and there's some villagers, and he almost killed the bear. The other ones were over here, so that... Yeah, that could have been over here. Holy cow. So... And there's your overall kill to death. Yeah, okay. And we never really saw any action at all on the river. None. And we really didn't see any action on the river the last game that I cast on this map. However, the first one, we had some crazy stuff, like people sailing demo ships, blowing up villagers, just straight up Yukon terrorism. Anyway, back into the stats here real quick. Yeah, Leo had a more commanding eco score lead, or military score lead. Eco, a bit. Technology, a bit. Pl0tterGhost did have more castles, so we got points for more of them. But yeah, I would say Leo had a more commanding victory for this game than the first one. Although he definitely won the first one. I think Leo went further with it this time. Talks about the overall kill to death there. Raised to destruction was actually 5-4, so relatively close. Leo getting 2 conversions, and the army high 38 compared to 25 for Pl0tterGhost. Eco, Pl0tterGhost collected actually more gold, stone, and wood, and Leo collected about, almost double the food. And then relic gold, so we actually didn't... We talked about this early on, and never really looked to see. Leo got 1 relic, and Pl0tterGhost actually got 3, and was able to pull some gold in that way. But let's see here. They're pretty much neck and neck through, feudal, but then they hit castle, and Leo was just ahead. I think he boomed more through here, and then in Imperial, he was just already so much more ahead he was able to sustain. And then a little bit behind, and then he started to kind of plateau a little bit there. Not plateau, I should say taper off just a little bit. Technology-wise, look at their uptimes. Yep, we talked about that. That was a really good uptime for Leo into feudal. 7.5 minutes. And then a 13-second difference into castle and a 15-second difference into imperial. It's actually pretty impressive. Exploration, pretty close. 97% to 95%. And the technology count, here's a big difference. 30 versus 20. And I mean, as they both play the same civs, they have access to the same techs. So, yeah, there's that. And then society, villager highs, 128 to 121. So both players did boom up. I think Leo just boomed a little better. Castles, 3-2 for the maximum on the board at any time. And Pl0tterGhost did build a total of 3. Or, I'm sorry, a total of 4. I want to go back to the map. And I do want to talk about... Pl0tterGhost had a good setup. His eco was disrupted here toward the end, but that didn't seem to be a case throughout much of the match. We talked about how Leo boomed a little bit better, I think. He had 4 TCs compared to... No, you know what? Pl0tterGhost actually did have 4 as well, but I think he didn't boom up as quickly. I think I think part of Pl0tterGhost's problem here was that he didn't have something to adequately counter the pikemen and the halberdiers that he saw so many of from Leo. He did research elite skirmishers, but that was late, and I don't think he had a lot of food to work with. He had plenty of wood to work with, but in my opinion, Pl0tterGhost really needed some siege to deal with the massive halberdiers. Because, I mean, he was sending out a ton of knights and Monaspas, and those are good units, and you were able to see him do some work. I mean, he did kill a lot of Leo's units, but I mean, just the halberdiers were eating them up, and these are fairly expensive units. Were they elite? No, they were not. You could have gone elite. Would have helped a little bit. He did fully upgrade the defense. He didn't get Blast Furnace. And actually, Leo was researching Blast Furnace when the game ended, but he also had plate boarding armor. But he also had scale mail, or no, he had plate mail armor. I say scale, yeah, scale, then chain, then plate. He had plate mail armor. And then you look at this, and Pl0tterGhost had nothing. Spearmen, pikemen, halberdiers were never really much of an option for him. But we didn't see a whole ton of, I mean, we saw some hussars and stuff like that, but the biggest problem I think Pl0tterGhost had was his units just kept getting eaten up. And in my opinion, the correct answer, the best answer to that would have been siege. And you can see he set up to try to get a lot of skirmishers out. But it was too late, and it was just, in my opinion, was not the right move. So, that's going to do it for this set, folks. And that's going to do it for the cast tonight. Been going about a little over 2 hours now. And so we had two really entertaining sets. Both of these games were action-packed from these two players here. So congrats to Leo, and kudos to Pl0tterGhost for fighting as hard as he did. And I wish both of these players best of luck in the league, the rest of the games. And also DjSapsan and Haroooo from the first set that I cast went 1-1, so congrats to both players for earning points. And best of luck to them as well. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. I may take a break tomorrow night. I'm hoping that Tech can do a couple games, and maybe Hydra will be back to do a couple games pretty soon. As I've been hitting him pretty hard, and I think I'm going to take tomorrow just to not worry about casting. Take care of some stuff at home, and give my voice a rest. I feel like I'm actually starting to lose the ability to talk right now. Leo, thank you so much for having me cast your game. He's really entertaining. DjSapsan, your games were great too. Appreciate both of you hanging around. And Jasuni, everybody else that was here that I missed. I know Haroooo stopped in earlier. Ronald Rage, anybody else I hope I'm not missing. Mighty Space Fruit came by at the beginning, and that looks like all 6 of them. Yeah, so thanks to all of them. Thanks to everybody. This is really turning out to be a great season of the league. I love these maps that the map makers have made, and the players are really producing some incredible games to watch. That's going to do it for me, folks, tonight. You all take care, stay safe, and we'll see you on the next cast.